Oh. Oh.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Problematic Podcast. I'm your friendly neighborhood co-host, Rita, with my friendly favorite neighborhood co-host, Whitney. What's up, Whitney?
Hi, how are you?
I am fantastic. How are you?
Mm-hmm.
Your mic sounds amazing.
Does it?
It does.
Oh, okay. My mic sounds nice.
Check one. There's so much to discuss today.
My Lord, today.
There is so much. So I hope you ladies and gentlemen are strapped in. I hope everybody had a good, fantastic weekend and that they are still enjoying Leo season because it's been great for me. I am 1 year older and slightly wiser and no more mature. Praise and
it is an understatement, the growth that I've seen in our short time being friends.
Thank you, friend.
And you weren't a bad person to start, but you just blossoming. I'm like, oh, how much better does it get? Like, good job, bud.
Thank you, Fred. Oh my God, that means so much coming from you because you're actually an adult. You actually have like a family.
Absolutely not. I mean, yes, but so do you.
You do, and you're doing so great at it.
You have a teenage person.
I do, but oh boy, I don't.
You gotta buy big sneakers. We buy the small sneakers.
I don't want to even talk about
it.
She
don't even care.
He started last school year wearing a 7.5 in boys, which was my shoe size.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going into the 8th grade with a size 11 foot. So somebody explain 1 year. Yeah. Okay. The math is not mathing and the prices are also not mathing. I'm about to start a GoFundMe just for footwear because baby,
listen,
when the shoe is as a car note, I can't.
Listen, that's not okay. This is an opportune time to reach out to, certain brands with certain footwear companies. Hey, y'all.
Hey, Nike.
We would love to have you sponsor.
Adidas, Puma. Call us. We love you. You are friends of the pod.
Doc Martens, as far as I care.
Okay.
It's a shoe.
I'm here for a good boot. Always. I don't even know where to begin this week. I guess we can.
Oh my God.
We'll start with what I've been listening to.
Because you've been listening.
I've been listening to nothing new though. So I've been listening to a lot of Teyana Taylor, the Teyana Taylor album.
Mm-hmm.
I love that young lady. Find that I do. I envy her abs. I don't know how she does it. They are just sculpted like Michelangelo crafted them with his own hands, but she does make really, really good R&B music. I want more of you to listen to her music because y'all had, let me say something. Y'all had me in my feelings when y'all had Teyana Taylor talking about she was ready to quit music.
I was so mad. I gotta be honest. I'm not on her music like that. Not that there's anything wrong, but y'all hear me every single week. I don't listen to much music. But I like her as a person.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't really she's never really bothered me.
Yes.
She's lovely. She's hilarious.
Heard
her carbon copies of Children.
Copy and paste, okay? Copy and paste.
How does that feel, ma'am? Can you tell me how that feels?
You wouldn't know.
Somebody,
I mean, the older Emmy gets, the more she looks like you.
And I'm okay. Her daddy's cute. She looks like her daddy. It's fine. I'm okay with that. I used to look like my daddy until I hit a certain age. Now I look like my mama. I'm fine with either. I've been cute all my life. Okay,
you have. That's a fact. Stamped.
But I want to ask her how that feels. But yeah, she don't bother me. And then when y'all raggedy knuckle dragging, we got to make that merch. You knuckle draggers out there had her ready to quit, and I said, "What the hell did y'all do to this woman?
Why did y'all do it? Just being critical of everything. All she does is make music, be an incredible dancer, and be fine. Listen, she's
gorgeous.
Winning. I love her. I love how Janet Jackson came out and was like, "Not my baby. Y'all gonna leave TT alone. You gonna keep working. You gonna keep making music."
Okay, but, and has
and directing choreography for award shows. She has stepped into her calling.
Have you seen? I said, "Oh, I like your production skills, man."
I love when people find their hidden niche. It's like, "Oh yeah, you can sing, and oh yeah, you can dance." But did you know
Did you
that you can
know?
produce a whole show, baby.
Ma'am.
I love it.
Marseille Martin face. When she goes, that one.
Impressed. I'm impressed.
Impressed.
Yeah, so for those who have not checked out the album by Teyana Taylor, I would highly recommend if you want to go ahead and start off with Wake Up Love, which features her husband, and Morning, which features Kailani. Just go ahead, give yourself some good R&B to get you through the week. Start your morning off right.
Those are some good songs to start the day off with.
Okay.
That's like I'm in love music.
It is. I'm in love. It is. It's so cute. Being in love is cute sometimes.
It is cute sometimes.
It's cute sometimes, and then you be ready to choke somebody. It just nobody's gonna get on your nerves like the person you marry. And
Holy Father. But you love that nigga.
And you love them. You love them. But when you say I do, you're basically accepting that you have become the designated person I have picked to get on my nerves more than anybody else on this
planet. The rest of the time that I get to breathe.
Right. That's basically what you're saying. But, I love that. I love it. I'm going to ask you what you've been listening to, Whitney, but I feel like
the news.
Oh boy.
The news. Okay. I'm trying to catch up because I don't know what is happening in what planets are in microbraid again? Because the fuck around and find out of it all for the last 3 weeks. I've been trying to catch up. And it's like usually it's like 1 or 2 things a week. It hasn't been this much excitement since that orange man has been in office. So I'm like, whoa, I'm not conditioned for this anymore. What is happening? What is happening? But like, I like what has been happening. So yeah, I've been trying to catch up.
Good things. There's some weird things going on.
There's a lot of weird things going on.
But there's also some positivity out in the world. So yeah, the news. I think this is a perfect point to transition. Because
where would you like to start, Fred?
So it's been just under a week. Everybody's had their opportunity to discover and process. You want to touch on Tory Lanez real quick?
Oh, that's where we're going.
Yeah, we're going. We're going light to start.
All right, light.
We're going light to start.
That's light.
Yeah.
It's not been a good week for racism or misogyny, and I would like to commend the prosecutors for doing their job, for making sure that the evidence that they had was clear and clearly presented, and that they weren't so concerned about the court of public opinion, but they were concerned about the court of law.
Right.
That Negro got 10 years, and I don't know how veneers or wigs
I'm about to fight
after a decade without maintenance, but best of luck to him. I'm sure they have step stools that will help you in all the things that you may need. Maybe they'll get one from the juvenile facilities. I just
Whitney,
I'm an ass. I'm sorry. I don't have no. I be trying to stay professional.
I just see that man using his step stool to get on that top bunk, and I'm honestly ready to turn this mic off. What is wrong with you? Why are you like this?
I don't know.
Okay, remarks on the Tory Lanez case. So, as I've said before, she's on mute because she's cracking up right now, like she's turning colors. We got to do like a video version of this show so y'all can see that.
Absolutely not. We do. I don't need them to see me.
Notes on Tory Lanez.
So Val, I'm sorry.
So I can honestly say that I was one of the few people who listened to Tory Lanez before this whole shooting incident happened, and I've been pretty transparent about that. But I had to put him on pause because you get accused of shooting a Black woman. I'm like, I'm gonna wait for the evidence to come out. The trial has occurred. The man has been convicted and he has been sentenced. It is
sorry, Night Moon.
Night Moon. I see what you did there because his name is Daystar. I kissed you. Oh God, Rock Nation will crumble for this.
What's his dad's name?
Sunstar. His dad's name is Sunstar. Sunstar.
Dad Moon and Night Moon. There you go. Dad Moon and Night Moon.
Oh my God.
What?
I will say this. Him getting 10 years was not shocking to me. I figured it would be right around 10 years. He was facing, I think, over 20.
Oh, so he made out pretty good.
He made out pretty good. I mean,
you're all right.
What most people don't seem to know is, thanks to Ronald Reagan and the Black Panther Party, the state of California has some of the strictest gun laws in America. So you shooting, you shooting someone in California, one, and then you shooting them with an illegal gun, like that alone. You shoot somebody in California, you go to jail. Now, maybe you shoot somebody in Texas in the feet, they're like, maybe it's not as big a deal, but in California, it is a big deal. So you got 10 years. What stood out to me was the number of people who felt like, because Megan Thee Stallion is okay, and she has not been maimed into disability.
Who said that?
Thousands of people.
What she says is that she's in constant pain.
But because she's twerking and dancing, which is a part of her career.
Okay, so she took some Advil
because she is a
put on her show. Yeah,
and she's still allowed to be a performer. Despite her injuries and her pain, he shouldn't have gotten 10 years. The number of people who I saw who said she was twerking a week later, why he get 10 years? I don't give a fuck if I am a world-class gymnast and I am back spinning in the air
on the
2 days later.
Okay.
Did you shoot me? Then I want justice.
Yes. And the funny thing is that she was not the person who was seeking the charges. It was the
she didn't press the charges.
Y'all keep blaming her, and she was trying to defend Ball's life. He's the one who drug her through the mud, had his little friends make little songs. Drake, forget that shit. Drake, did you ever go to the damn wildfires? You are never getting forgiven for that.
Yeah. Never. I ain't hear an apology yet.
You need to apologize immediately. Immediately. You've lost all credibility. Keep cutting them hearts in your damn head. No. And y'all stop throwing y'all expensive good ass bras at that nigga. Anyway, back to I'm sorry.
I know an expensive bra when I see one.
I know expensive bra when I see one.
Cheap. That's flying up there on stage.
The ones that go to the lady.
Yes. Yeah. When you go to the lady, don't throw that $160
absolutely not
on sale bra. No. Baby.
No. But back to Night Moon. I don't understand why. And then it was like the reactions are always the same. It's like this weird transphobia that comes out that Megan's a man, and it was like, what the frick does that have to do with her being shot? Like, first of all, stop it. Like, that's really immature. Like, grow the fuck up. But secondly, what does any of that have to do with her being shot? If your sister was shot, regardless of if she could walk or not, you would seek justice. You would. And she didn't want anything to do with it. She was traumatized enough. She said, I've had enough. It is enough. She even said in her article in Elle magazine that she was traumatized enough.
Yes.
And that she didn't want to see this man again, and that she would not be talking about this story again because it's traumatic to be shot.
Yes.
And y'all can't even gather an ounce of empathy, an ounce of consideration, an ounce of kindness for a person who was shot. She showed y'all her feet. She showed y'all. I don't get y'all. Y'all just don't like Black women. And we keep coming to this point over and over again. The Black women, Black gay people, Black queer people, Black trans people, the same motherfuckers who y'all don't like, keep marching for your raggedy ass lives. And I'm sick of the shit.
And we just really need to sit down. I want us to sit down for our own health and for our own well-being.
We're gonna start marching for our own. We're gonna start protecting our own, because there is no world where it is okay to shoot a person. Period. Like, unless your life is in danger, there was no reason why he needed to shoot her.
With her back turned. Period. It's like, it's just all nasty. It's all nasty.
Cowardly shit.
The thing that stuck out to me is the talking out both sides of your mouth. And I'm going to say this point, and we're going to move on. I thought it was very interesting that Tory Lanez has maintained throughout this entire 3-year process that he did not shoot this woman, which would suggest that, say he was telling the truth, that would mean that he was being falsely accused of shooting a woman. Yet in his statements before sentencing, because he's been begging for leniency, and Mario sending letters, and Iggy Azalea sending letters, and the guy who does his lace fronts
stuff. Not the guy who does his lace
fronts. The guy, his hair loss person, the guy who does his lace fronts submitted a letter as well. They're all public now. You can actually go read the letters. The guy who does his lace fronts wrote
on the
floor a letter of asking.
I don't give a.
But I thought it was interesting that when he did his request for leniency, he said, I still care very deeply for her. She's somebody that I still consider a friend. Now, it's one or two things. Either she's falsely accusing you and she just robbed you of 10 years of your life because you didn't do it. And you shouldn't want to be that person's friend.
You shouldn't want to be that person's friend.
If somebody falsely accused me of
if
anything,
that's the truth,
and I'm about to do a decade in prison,
entire decade of your life,
we are not friends. It sounds like it was the first time that he may have expressed some sort of not much, but literally an ounce of damn, I fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bruh.
Yeah, you had the chance to take a plea.
You did.
You had a chance to take a plea. You wouldn't have done any time.
You
not an ounce.
Could have did community service, put your lace fronts back on, and been right out.
Put your veneers, pop them suckers back in. Just make sure you're brushing under those, because like y'all don't. There's a smell that comes when you don't. You got to take care of the actual ones under there. Like, make sure y'all are flossing regularly. I'm sorry. Why
are you like this?
I don't know. I told you.
Question about veneers. Why don't people get their size? Like, do they only come in small, medium, and large?
I wonder. I've never seen small veneers. I've never seen them. All the veneers I've ever seen were too big.
Large and extra large, right?
Like super large, like cartoon character-ish large.
You can't shave them down. Why can't
y'all like make them fit? And you know, you expect a person like Tory Lanez to have the money to like not just get veneers, but get like the just get a bunch of caps.
Yeah, something.
But just do it all, you know?
I don't like the extra large and the ones that look like they're glowing when you open your mouth. Like, I need them to still look like
y'all
teeth.
Get like a regular tooth color. All the technology in the world. Kim Kardashian is getting in a booth where she could see everything that is wrong with the insides of her body. But we can't. Yeah, that's a real thing. And then told everybody, this is such a good idea for people. I'm like, girl, people can't afford to see the doctor every damn year. Anyway, that's another story for another day.
That's a whole other story.
We'll talk about Kimberly another time. Talk about Kimberly another time. Yeah, Night Moon. I really want you to have teeth that fit. Maybe after your stint, you know.
After the lace front. But think about it. The lace fronts are going to make so many advances between now and when he gets out of prison that the hair restoration is going to be like at a new forefront. It just, I'm always amazed at the number of people who will get on, be reasonably successful. Maybe he wasn't, he wasn't Taylor Swift, he wasn't Drake.
Reasonably successful.
You're making money. You come from a questionable background. You had some trouble in your youth. You finally get to a place where you have success, and then you throw it away because you drink too much and you don't like a woman saying that you ain't all that you thought you were. It's one thing to say mean things, but when somebody get the best of you and you got to pull out a gun, like she must have really said some shit.
Ain't no, like, there's very few things you could say.
Right.
That would justify shooting somebody in the ankles.
Like, you just a little man
very few things.
With big feelings, and it's really pathetic that
there's therapy for that, y'all. You could have went to a trusted friend, a journal, and think none of this would have ever happened.
None of this
would have ever happened. Y'all would have had your nasty like little breakup or whatever, and life would have gone on. Right. Night Moon would have, for everybody who keeps saying he has a young child. I wonder how much he was thinking about that young child when he shot her.
Yeah, I don't even think his kid crossed his mind. See?
Not at all.
Not at all. Yeah, stupid games, stupid prizes. Okay. Now the Department of Corrections got to help you work on your anger issues, and there were better ways to go about that.
Did they send him to Canadian jail? Because I'm wondering if it smells like maple syrup.
I'm about to fight you. I don't think he gets deported until after he serves his sentence. Which is cool.
It would be fun.
We're going to be
probably like nice, like the Mounties. I think Mounties are so fun, and I don't know why Mounties are fun. It's like the hat, and then I think about like a random moose. I'm like, that's stereotypes of Canada. Sorry, Canadians. Shout out to the Canadians.
Shout out to the Canadians. Such happy people. The cities are so clean. It's so amazing up there.
I was like, oh my God, like what? Where's the trash?
The city of Toronto, not one piece of
85
trash.
billion people, not
No
one
trash.
scrap, not one candy bar wrapper, nothing, not
I
dirty diaper,
love
not a tumbleweave anywhere,
nothing.
nothing.
I love it. Trash
Nothing.
cans don't even have trash in them. They're just like street decorations. It's
I'm like, they're just
beautiful.
full of leaves,
I
full of
love it
maple leaves.
here. Made in America. So you weren't going. I know I wasn't going. Listen, I didn't even have to ask Whitney. I just knew that Whitney was not going to Made in America. Was I right,
Absolutely not.
Whitney?
All the people. No, we what happened? I'm trying to remember who it was. No, okay, so we did go. My husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, made me go to Made in America. And when I tell you, I was so overwhelmed, I literally laid in the grass, just like, and I don't lay on the ground. You know this.
That's
I don't like
not your
ground.
jam.
I said, I need to ground and I need to be in it. I was so overwhelmed. People were like coming by, like medical people were like, are you okay? I'm like, yes, I'm just overwhelmed. So many people. He was so embarrassed. I was like in the grass like this.
I'm fine. I'm just trying to center myself.
I am a flower in a field full of grass. I am a flower in a field full of grass. I just kept shit. So overwhelmed. He's like, I don't want to bring you around so many people. I'm tired of sharing my embarrassing stories on the show.
No, that's perfectly fine because the last place I want to be is a fucking music festival. I'm just going to tell
in the summertime.
It's hot.
With people who don't shave.
People smell
horrible.
Y'all wash
your legs.
Oh, people.
And then it's always the girls that go, woo. And it's like,
and like, yes, it smells like Wawa Hoagie.
And I'm tall, so I'm like, ew, that.
It's just
you baby dog. Just with that.
And bad mushrooms. I just
save your wet dog and
and then no, it's not good. And I don't like porta potties or other people's kids or just it's just a nightmare. But for those of you who do enjoy music festivals, it is a great opportunity to see like a bunch of artists at the same time, which I love that for you guys. But Made in America, which is Rock Nation's Philadelphia festival, it happens every year during Labor Day weekend, was unexpectedly canceled.
Very unexpected.
And they gave no reason, no good reason. None. They just said reasons beyond our control. It ain't happening. Get your money back. Don't holler at us too much because we won't refer you.
A whole damn
festival
just going.
And I mean, it brings them
entire festival.
An entire festival. It brings millions of dollars into the city. People travel down from New York and Canada up from the South to check it out. Now here's where I'm going to be problematic and honest. I am a woman of a certain age. I'm 36, and I know that is ancient to festival goers. But I'll say this: I saw the lineup, and I saw who was headlining. And I saw here. No, we're getting into it. Come with me, Whitney. We're going to enjoy this. It was SZA.
I know.
And Lizzo. Now, don't write me talking about how y'all love SZA and she saved y'all from y'all toxic relationships because I've already talked about.
I love her hippy dippy ways and her croc wearing ways.
Hey, listen, I don't have a problem with SZA. I'm not bashing SZA. That's not where I'm going.
I love Squeak Squeak.
That's my problem. I can only listen to one SZA song at a time. Because then I feel like after song number 2, I struggle to understand what she's saying.
Who's listening to what she's saying? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Is that where I fucked up?
I'm just kidding. I don't listen to anything. Like, I might go and check the lyrics on occasion, but if I'm on the rare occasion that I listen to the Youth Dems music, on the occasion that I listen to their music, I'm like, you know what? I'm just here for the vibes. Just here for the vibes. Don't get me to researching.
So I say all of that to say, SZA has some bops, and I think she does make hurt girl music who Hurt girl
But
music for girls who don't want to be hurt girls, who are
the
committed to
cool hurt
getting,
girls.
yeah, cool hurt
The
girls.
cool hurt girls.
I,
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't think that energy can carry a festival headline. That's the point I'm getting to. You get what I'm saying? I don't think that's,
Illuminated your
you
point.
get, okay, boom.
Yes.
So then I'm like, okay, they got the upbeat Lizzo to
Mhm.
mellow out
Balance.
but
Balance.
y'all know y'all good sis. Lizzo, she in some hot water right now. She was,
Is she?
yeah, I think so.
I know we talked about it. I know we talked about it a little last week, but
We
I'm still
did.
wondering.
I
Is she?
I think that what she was accused of doing on them tours, she did. And I say it's inappropriate. And I say, if what she's saying is true, because I'm going to throw in allegedly before that, I feel like this could have
Allegedly.
just been settled and not having a got here and nasty. But some people dig their heels in, and I get it. You know, your brand, your brand is positivity. You can't have the negativity associated with you. To me, those are all reasons to settle out of court. But I am no legal expert.
All I'm
But
gonna say is, go ahead.
I will say this with the festival being canceled,
Mm-hmm.
if they was gonna have to take Lizzo off that top billing and just leave SZA there,
You don't think?
nah, it's not enough for a festival.
You don't think?
Yeah, it's not, and I suspect the ticket sales weren't what they were last year and the year before that. Anyway, you don't
Okay.
go from like Lil Uzi Verts to just SZA, and that's no shade to SZA. Please don't start writing me
I
talking
mean,
about.
we do like SZA.
We do like
I
SZA.
picked up what you were putting down. I picked
I
up what you
don't
were
think she
putting
can carry a 2-day holiday festival.
down.
I don't. I just don't. Her being the culminating act, I need something a little more. I don't know, ratchet. Something that I
Not
can twerk a
ratchet.
little harder to.
Not
No,
ratchet.
I'm okay.
I
I'm
love
leaving.
you. I love
Thank
you
you.
so.
Oh boy, I'm sorry. I just think I know there are some people who are very upset that this festival is not happening because they
I
go
mean,
every year.
rightfully so. Rightfully so. It's a fun time. Like people have a really good time. I'm not I'm not going to withhold good times from anyone who has survived the pandemic.
At all. We're
So I
all
get it.
here. Make the most out of your time and your
Please,
dollars.
please enjoy yourselves. Please find the thing that makes you happy that doesn't harm anybody but makes you happy and do that because life is but a vapor. Not to get biblical, but
Preach.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this sucks. It sucks because like I don't know. I was excited to see the little clips on the Instagram. I personally wasn't
I
going, and
look
it's funny
forward
that
to
you
that.
knew that I was
Yes.
not going. Because crowds and I am a flower in a
In a
field full of
field.
grass. I'm a flower in a field full of
That is
grass.
like your Nam Yoho Rengekyo moment. And I love it.
Pretty much. Yeah. I was like completely overwhelmed. Like, this is some bullshit. Why is there people everywhere I look? I can't take it.
Child everywhere.
Mm-mm.
For those who are disappointed, I'm sorry for you. I know it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I hope that you find some joy for your Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
You ready to drag some people?
Nigga.
All right. Oh boy, she is excited. I'm going to sit here
Okay.
calmly. Let's
I'm
get
sorry, I had to
into
let
it.
out that war scream. To the police officers of Lansing, Michigan, what the fuck is your reason to arrest a literal teenager for taking out his trash? This wasn't originally on the list because there's a list. Y'all know there's a list weekly. There is a list
Every week.
But this morning, one of my dear mutuals, the Conscious Lee. Shout out to the Conscious Lee.
Ooh.
Dope follow. If you ever want to know what's going on in culture and Black culture, if you need, this is not a plug. I mean, this is not an ad, clearly, but dope follow if you're interested. He shared a video of a teenager who was put in handcuffs, patted down in front of his home for taking out the
His own trash.
Now, mind you, this is a teenager. He's being questioned and arrested by police. He has no legal representation. His parents at the time when he was cuffed was not with him. And so that violates all kinds of crazy stuff. 4 different squad cars pulled up. Four. Michigan, what the fuck is going on?
What did they think was in this trash?
What do y'all think is going on though? But like, Black people are allowed to exist, y'all. And y'all keep saying that racism is not real. People tell their teenagers to take out their trash all the time. Especially the teenage boys. Take that trash out.
Put them slides on and get the trash outside.
He had his little Crocs on and his little basketball shorts. You could tell that he was like probably playing video games. His dad was like, all right, take out this trash. You're like, oh man, all right. Imagine the conversations now.
Right.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but imagine his dad asking him to take out the trash after this.
Don't you ever tell me to take out the trash
ever.
Again.
Are you kidding me?
Get mom to do it.
I haven't heard a statement from the Lansing Michigan police just yet. Like what you could tell is like he walked out of the back of his house with the bag of trash, put it in there, and then all these cop cars showed up. Like just the one at first, and then they called in for like backup, I guess. 4 cars showed up. 4. They put this boy in the back of a squad car, and you could hear the dad trying to reason. He said, "What is the reason, though? What is the reason?" Pulling a whole Cardi B.
What is the reason?
So, I haven't heard a statement from the Lansing police yet, but they can go to hell.
They PR person is stressed, and I ain't feeling bad for it. There's no justification, and it's funny. I just saw that maybe 5 minutes before we hopped on, so I didn't even get an opportunity to read all the way through it. I knew it was bullshit by just the commentary surrounding it, but if I had to guess, I would say they have nothing. And whoever has to do the statement is probably working hard and running circles. And it's got to be a logistical.
Y'all just need to be honest. We ain't got nothing. There was no reason.
Y'all fucked up. Go ahead and settle that lawsuit out of court and move on.
Put those officers on desk duty. They clearly need to push papers instead of pushing cars.
Right.
What the hell?
Right.
There's actual crime. There's actual crime happening.
And
y'all are too busy over policing Black communities. And the adultification, because like I keep going back to like he was a minor. Why didn't y'all go get his parents? Why are you questioning him? Why are you
Black boys and little Black girls as these monsters who are, like you said, adultified? I mean, I have a 13-year-old. He's my height. And unfortunately, I know there are a bunch of psychotic people out in this world who will just see a grown-ass man when they see him.
Right. They're little children.
Taking out the trash. I can't take out the trash.
It's normal. It's a normal thing to take out your trash. Leave Black people alone.
Please.
Oh
boy.
The people who are upset that white lady got hit by a chair. I'm sure we'll have another discussion of this. But I have another mutual of mine. He shared a video and he said, if you're upset about a white woman entering a brawl where she got hit in the face with a chair, please consider how you think that she should have the privilege to enter a brawl and not get hit
with a chair. That is some crazy ass privilege.
What in the privilege is going on?
Get into a brawl and get out of a brawl.
Done up. It's very clear.
Say it again.
Run up, get done up. It's very clear. Why are you in the middle of a brawl and not expect to get hurt in a brawl? I'm just saying. There's a few other folks I would love to drag, but I don't want to bring down the mood.
I'm just happy that all of America knows that Black people can in fact swim now. Are we gonna do this? Are we gonna go into this? Yes, let's do it.
Go ahead. Lead off.
I just want to say about Cinco de Negro, as y'all are calling it, which is August 5th. It's a national holiday now. Y'all have made a flag. It's a red, black, and green flag with a gentleman swimming on the flag. I said, you African Americans will never cease to amaze me with your creativity. The best part, and people like the chair, people like when the hat was flown. I really enjoyed the video that depicts that young man getting in the water and the aunties who were on the boat going, look at him go. He in the water. He ain't fucking around. I said, this is the energy that I want to exude when I hit my
solidarity.
50s. It's the solidarity. When a young man can swim up to a fight with waterlogged Nikes, as our dear friend and avid listener Anthony
Shout out to
says.
Anthony.
Shout out to
you.
Anthony. Waterlogged Nikes. Kick them Nikes off and is fully prepared to throw some hands.
Did you see them hands get thrown though?
I need y'all to know. Not only can we swim and swim well, it don't even exhaust us. The hands can still be thrown.
The hands will still be thrown.
And that is the message that I am happy that got out there to mainstream media. Please fuck around and please find out, because we got all sorts of tricks that y'all been saying that we ain't got.
Y'all thought that we weren't a community. Y'all thought that we weren't going to stand up for one another.
He threw that hat in the air.
Bat signal.
And I'm telling you, it was like, people say the Avengers. It was like when Thor's hammer with Captain America took it. That's what that hat was. I just needed y'all to know. Uncles and aunties came out of nowhere.
Nieces and nephews too.
The nieces swam. No river, ain't no river wide enough to keep you from this ass whooping. The GoFundMe has already paid for that young man's college. I hope he makes the swim
to stop sending stuff. He said, I was just doing what I was taught to do. And I said, you know what? That makes me want to send more money.
And God gonna bless you for it. Look, you going to college for the free. You getting swim team offers.
Somebody is waiting for you to put you on staff. You don't understand what you just did. You don't even understand what you just said.
For the community.
I never thought that a folding chair would be the symbol of our revolution, but here we go.
But here the fuck we go.
Here we go.
We're here now.
That peacock chair that Huey P. Newton sat.
Yes, we are the
chairs of Black history.
We are in the weirdest decade I think we've seen in a very long fucking time. But I'm rolling with it now. I mean, I made it out the pandemic part.
The COVID Renaissance.
I can go through anything. I can do this. Who else we want to yell at?
Oh, girl. So I was yelling at them folks. I just want to send love to Jessica and Travion, two young people who went in to go have their baby. You heard this story?
I did.
I'm not going to dive in any further. If you're curious, just please look that story up. Alex Holly, a good Fox here in Philadelphia, news anchor. She's currently being dragged across Twitter because she wore braids.
Are you fucking kidding me? She's such a pretty girl. What is
you not? We are still telling Black women in 2023 how to do their hair on their job.
You know what?
And I'm cussing somebody actually out actively right now. The things that apparently some of y'all love that I do, I'm doing it right now. While we're recording, because there's a person who keeps telling me, oh, it's just a comment, it meant nothing more, and I'm like, no, it plays into a system, and you need to recognize this
words have meanings.
Problem. And I sent them receipts. I sent them the Crown Act page because it's only been signed in 23 of 50 states. 23. That means legally you can discriminate against people for their hairstyles
or their hair.
27 states for how it grows out of our scalps. And so to those people, I want to give a hearty middle finger. For all the people who come into my comment section and say it's just hair, this is your moment.
Yeah,
this is your moment. A young woman who was another young woman. She works at Chick-fil-A. She was just sent home for having blonde braids, like brownish blonde, like Beyonce blonde, not like blonde blonde. So
yeah, to hell with y'all. I echo Whitney's middle finger comments. We're gonna roll into these quick, brief comments, and then we'll be back with a problematic story. You're gonna love it, Whitney.
No, I'm not.
We'll be back in a second. You know, we always love to hear from you at the Problematic Podcast. So if you have a problematic question or story, feel free to email us at theproblematicpod@gmail.com, or now you can text us at 267-225-4648. Again, that's 267-225-4648. Standard messaging rates apply. We love to hear from you. Now let's get into today's problematic letters. And here we go. Whitney, I need a name for a young lady.
Eunice.
Jesus. Oh.
I was going to go with Millicent, but I feel like we'll save it for another day.
All right. Whitney gives the best names.
Oh, thanks.
Eunice wrote, my girlfriend crashed my car and the accident was her fault. The car was insured and was already fixed, but she has not given me any money for what I had to pay out of pocket. Every time I bring it up, it turns into a fight. She says she's going to give me the money, but we get back on a good place and it never happens. I'm thinking about breaking up for a lot of other stuff, but I want my money back, so I don't know what to do. I don't. Give me something, Whitney.
Break up. Small claims court. What? I mean, Whitney at some point you gotta
Judge Judy.
Seriously, at some point, y'all, like, first of all, I would be so racked with guilt if I destroyed something of my partner's, some person that I love. I'd be so racked with guilt. I would, even if I didn't have the money, I'm like, all right, let me figure out a payment plan. Like, let's figure this out to work together because I love you. I love you. I value you. I value the things that you value because I love you. Yeah, girl, like, if your partner is not willing to at least have that conversation, then I'm not sure how much your partner really even cares, or if they're trying to absolve themselves of responsibility. No, you did this hard. Like, you destroyed something of mine, and I had to cover it. So why isn't the first thing out of your mouth I'm as an apology? And the next thing is, you know what? Let's try to figure this out in some way, shape, or form, so that you get restitution. I don't understand.
I don't understand either. But you know what I always say? I've probably said this on 3 different podcasts now. I think 9 times out of 10, the issue comes down to money. I think that Eunice, if you're being realistic, ask yourself, does she have it? Does she have it? I mean, I've been in a car accident. You said you're insured, so I'm assuming we're talking about the deductible. Deductibles can be $250, $500, $750, $1,000. Expensive. Does she have it? If y'all are fighting over whatever this amount of money that you had paid out of pocket is, and you want your money back, and she's saying that she's going to give you your money back, is it that she's trying to get out of? Ask yourself, if you're gonna break up with her anyway, then go on ahead and break up with her. But just you gotta be willing to probably chalk that money, or do like Whitney says, take her to Judge Judy, go to small claims court, get a judgment. Yeah. But I think the first thing you need to do is ask yourself, is she not paying you because she don't think she has to, or she not paying you because she doesn't have it? Because then you got to have a different honest conversation. Well, give me something. Give me something small. Pay my phone bill for the next few months until this is paid off. Cover my gas in the car. Do something to make it right. But I'm learning as a grown-up that money destroys more relationships than the lying and the cheating and all of the awful things that people think is happening. I think you might just be in a relationship with a person who may be sorry and may want to give you your money, but probably ain't got it. I saw an article random that said that more people are like taking early withdrawals out of their 401k than ever before. And I'm like, the economy is failing. And everybody's complaining about groceries. Everybody's complaining about the price of gas. People are literally raiding their retirement to make ends meet. Now, what's the likelihood that this girl got the money to give you back? Let's be real. Now, if you're already thinking about breaking up with her, one thing I can tell you, Sugarfoot, if she not giving you the money in the relationship, you're not getting it afterwards. And that's not me. Well, that's true. That's not me being mean. That's me being realistic. What is the likelihood that she's going to give $500, $600, whatever it costs to her ex, when she wasn't trying to give it to her actual girlfriend? I think if you want to be with this person, or if you don't want to be with this person, either way, you might have to just hold that L, or go to court. I mean,
I don't
Whitney's
even
point
know.
is a good one too. You can go to court.
I
You
don't know
can
what else to tell you. Like,
you can get your money that way, but
the
I
problem for me is always going to be the deeper issue. It's like, why don't you care enough
right,
about this to
right.
help me? And you could stumble upon some actual like real issue. There I find that a lot of us have really toxic beliefs around money.
Yes.
A lot of us have issues sharing money. A lot of us have like everything that's attached to money can be a deeper issue in the human mind. And I need us to, yes, the the tree is the money, but the roots
Mm-hmm.
is something else. The tree is money, but the root of the issue is, they don't feel like they can do it. The root of the issue is, a poverty mindset. The root of the issue is that, they, didn't have money training, financial training and things like that. So they don't know, certain things. So, there's other issues underlying that, but that's something that you may discover from a very frank conversation. I would say have one more conversation. Have one more very honest conversation. And if you need to, you can use the tactic that we used to use in preschool where we had the talking stick. And the only person at the time who could talk was the person with the talking stick. Now you put a timer on the person with the talking stick because they get like 30 seconds or a minute, and then they have to pass the talking stick. That way that one person's not talking more than the other person is talking. And then the other person has to practice active listening because you can't talk and you can't talk to react. You
Right.
have to listen. You have to listen to what the person is saying. And then what I've discovered in that talking stick thing is that you start to actually hear the
Yes.
person. You start to actually hear what they're saying, not just what they're saying in their words, but what is being said underlining. There's other things. And you may surprise yourself, but just break up with them and get them. I tried to offer a good solution, but like
You try.
I tried.
I don't know. I feel comfortable talking about this. So my friend and I have been talking about dating,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the things that I think she keeps bumping up against is that people will project this
Ooh.
outward appearance
Ooh.
of
Mm-hmm.
stability and
Mm-hmm.
security
Yeah.
and maybe even a little bit of financial savvy. And then you start dating him, and that image crumbles. It's
Mm-hmm.
like my wife always says, you can lie about something and probably get away with it for at most a year. And
At
I think
most.
what people come into a relationship
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want to say what they're not good at or what they don't have. That's a struggle for them.
That projects
Being
vulnerability.
able to say like I would like to borrow your car, but if something happens to your car, I actually can't afford
Mm-hmm.
to fix it. Nobody's going to say that before
Mm-hmm.
they borrow your car. Now
Mm-hmm.
me, I don't believe in borrowing nothing that I can't go and just replace
Mm-hmm.
outright. So I'm a certain age. I feel like as my friend talks more and more about dating, like these things come up. It's like, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I got a nice job, I got my own place. And then 6 months in, they're arguing, why can't we get a place together? Why are you still making me pay? I'm paying all this rent, you're paying all this rent. And it's like, I don't actually want to live with you because now I'm starting to see
Mm-hmm.
that you want to live with me more so out of
Mm-hmm.
financial need. And there's
Need.
nothing
Mm-hmm.
wrong with that if you're communicating it. So I listen to my friends who are still dating a lot, and I feel like that's like
That's good.
it's a reoccurring thing
Mm-hmm.
that people, we thanks to social media
Mm-hmm.
we can be a lot of things.
You can be whatever you want.
It's easy to look like a responsible partner who you
Mm-hmm.
can trust to borrow your car through social media and through, when we're cuddling.
Mm-hmm.
But when I actually need to come up with the money to fix something that you broke, you're not responsible enough to one, do it, or responsible enough to say, hey, I can't do it, but here's what I can do. There's this disconnect between, what's actually going on in people's lives and what they're portraying. And it could be that your partner just like not mature enough to say, I don't have it. You keep asking for it and it's upsetting me because I don't have it.
Because and being honest about that.
That takes a level of vulnerability that I think
we're not taught to be vulnerable.
No. Oh, absolutely not.
We do not pride ourselves on vulnerability, but vulnerability in a relationship is essential.
It is.
Because it's honesty.
And I said this the other day, and this is me being very transparent. I try not to get too personal on this here podcast. So this is the problematic podcast, not the I'm growing as a person podcast. I said the other day, like being in a serious relationship, and when I say serious relationship, like I'm married.
A whole married woman.
Has forced me.
Oh boy.
To be vulnerable. I cry about shit that thug single Rita would be ashamed of. She would be like, I cannot believe we are fucking crying over this shit here. What are we, bitches? And I'd be like, yes, a little bit.
We bitches.
To share my feelings and I don't like bitches. We are bitches.
We are bitches. But
there's a level of vulnerability and maturity that comes with being able to say to somebody that you love, here is a deficiency, or here's where I am failing, or just failing in this moment, or this is an expectation that you put on me in this moment and I can't meet it.
I can't meet it.
Shit is hard.
It's hard.
It hurts sometimes.
Ooh, that might be an episode.
It might be, because it's true. It's
difficult.
It's not easy. Now,
no.
I am struggling. I'm doing it, but it feels icky sometimes. It doesn't stay feeling icky. So let me say that there's the flip side of that is like, once you are vulnerable and once you're bare and you see that this is a safe space, it does get easier. Then you can be like, I'm fucked up. This is not feeling good. This is what I'm going.
I'm scared about this. I'm nervous about this. I really don't like this. This is a triggering thing. This calls back memories of something I'm not comfortable with. I'm having a weird reaction to this, and I personally need to sort that out. Yeah. But
Whitney just nailed my big one. I cannot say I'm afraid of things.
Really, I do it all the time.
Baby, no.
All the time, yeah. I'm like, oh no, I'm terrified.
No, no, I'm terrified.
I'm terrified. Especially after I gave birth to that person, and that person now exists in this world. Like, it was different before she got here, but now there's a whole bunch of new fears. I'm like, I've never feared someone choking more in my life.
Oh boy.
Oh my God. I paid money for classes. And you know what? I praise God, because she's never been the type to put stuff in her mouth that wasn't food. I asked her, because her cousin did something really, really silly, and we'll talk about that another day. And I asked her, I said, hey, do we put these things, because we're playing with, like, one of her doll houses comes with little pieces. And I said, hey, do we put these in our mouth? She looked at me and went, no.
Ew.
Why would you even ask that? She looked, no.
Absolutely not, Mom. Are you okay?
That's how she looked at me. She
would not recommend.
Why would you eat my toys, Mom? What the hell? Like, we can eat a real cupcake, but these fake. These are fake, Mama.
I'll get you a good cupcake. Hold tight. 1 second.
We'll go bake. But yeah, no, a whole bunch of different fears have been unlocked. And, my husband and I have been talking about that, because it's starting to affect the things I let her do. And I have been trying to be the person who lets my kid explore the world the way free little kids get to explore the world. And so I find little things that, stuff that I would get in trouble for, she gets to do. Like, simple act. This is real simple. Jumping in puddles.
Oh, puddle jumping is so much fun, even as an adult.
I let her jump in puddles, and I remember getting fussed at because I was a girl.
And you were getting dirty, and girls didn't do that.
Girls don't get dirty. And I'm watching her in her rain boots, mind you. In her rain boots. It's a puddle, okay? It can be all
let her live.
And she's like jumping and like joyful and playing outside, and we're playing in the rain. Like, I'm out there in the rain playing with her. I'm just not jumping in the puddles because I don't have boots. She understands that. She's like, mommy, wet ankles. I'm like, yeah, no, mommy does not like wet feet. I don't like wet feet. That's another thing. So I'm getting real vulnerable in this show. Don't like wet feet. Like, I can wash them, but like walking in wet grass, ooh,
nasty. Nasty.
No, I don't like it. Texture thing. But she's just full of joy, and I'm like, I'm not gonna stop it. Like, we gotta watch out for cars, obviously, because the big puddles are in the street. But outside of that, I'm just letting her be free. And like, I noticed that in our particular development, because there's so many younger families around, I see more kids, more parents doing that. And I'm like, I'm wondering if we did that, you know?
We did.
I'm wondering if we did that. So
not me personally, but us, this generation,
You're
we
in the family?
absolutely did.
You're in the family.
It's funny that you say that, because now I'm like uncomfortable.
But I do know
it's fine. I think the more the honest the conversations get, and I feel like couples think, oh, because I have sex with you, I'm vulnerable with you, or oh, because I had a bad day and I told you I had a bad day, I'm vulnerable with you. And that's not the case, because vulnerability would be this young lady telling Eunice, here's the actual reason why I haven't given you this money yet. Whether it's a real reason, a legitimate reason, a financial reason, I think there's a level of vulnerability that comes with, and that's why y'all keep fighting. Because this is why y'all keep fighting. Uncomfortable, they get defensive, like cornered raccoons.
Instead of just saying, this is a person that I love, and this is an opportunity, and this part, what I'm about to say is real hard. Trusting that other person with that, because vulnerabilities are wounds. They're wounds. They're places where you're hurt, and you're showing this person a wound that may or may not have been healed, and you're trusting them with that, and that takes guts. Like, that takes bravery. Like, that is the real bravery in a relationship. And I don't think enough of us want to explore that part with our partners. And it takes a lot, especially around money. There's so many issues that come up with money. And I know we joke around, like we're going to continue to joke around about like money.
We're going to keep playing. So
we're going to keep playing on your face.
This is not the we're grown. This is not
podcast. This is a once in a while moment.
Yes.
This is one of them. But money brings up a lot of things. Like, you could bring up childhood trauma from not being able to afford something, or, you know, some people struggled in their young adulthood because they had too much pride and didn't want to ask for stuff. Now they're sitting on the couch eating cookies in the dark because they didn't have enough money to afford money. You know, they're paying their light bill or actually being able to afford dinner. And so I want Eunice, I want you to go into this final, and I'll say final, like, and you have to make sure that you tell this person, this is the last time I'm gonna bring this up, because this is starting to affect our relationship. And that, saying that phrase, that's gonna be vulnerable. Yeah, saying like, this is starting to affect our relationship, and I love you too much to let it. I need you to love me enough to listen.
To not let it. Yeah. Oh, Whitney's so mature.
No, I'm not.
You are so. No, I love this. We had a moment on the problematic podcast. I'm so proud of us. Look at the growth.
We're still going to be talking about that white woman getting hit by a chair. I'm sorry.
Listen, Molly Watt.
I heard it in my head.
It was like wrestling came to life. I loved it. That I don't advocate for violence, but it was nice to see the tides turn. When the tides turned in that video, I watched it 39 consecutive times. I sent it to my mother in Spain. I couldn't watch it at
first. Oh, you know what I thought? I was like, I can't watch another black man get beat up. And people kept sending me like, no,
you got to see it.
Please watch
the shout is coming, baby. Oh, it's
honey, somebody put it to Good Times. Somebody put the whole thing to Good Times. Someone did the Jack Snyder cut, they called it, where they put all the videos together in sequence. And I said,
I love y'all.
Air this at a theater.
Black
people know how the theater would go up.
And listen,
everybody's dressing up as one of the brawlers. Y'all have cut up in a way I've never seen people cut up before. Because why are there TikTok filters on what kind of folding chair you are and which brawler you were?
Because we don't take nothing serious, but we take everything serious. That's who we are as a people. Y'all gonna learn. That is who we are. I love it. For those who've decided to be Aquaman for Halloween,
God bless you.
God
Yes.
bless and keep y'all. For those who
Yes.
decided to be folding chairs for Halloween also, I can't wait to see it. I know y'all gonna show out this
There was
house.
a folding chair that fell outside of the church, and Earl was walking up. And he took a picture. He said, "We keep that." He said something, and I said, "Y'all keep that thing on you, huh?"
Yes, keep just in case. It's in the tuck. I get to swing and we don't want no problems. I love us. We are going to end it there because now I feel like I laughed this entire damn
Entire
podcast.
podcast, the entire one.
I would love to thank you guys again for tuning in and listening to our foolishness. Please don't forget to send us your problematic letters. You can
Please.
text us, you can email us.
And write us back.
Please.
I'm about to scream. We're about to go through these. I'm about to go through these and see who has not responded.
And then
that's the point that I'm getting, because I'm
just
petty.
gonna send them messages back like,
no, we're gonna
could you
have a whole
follow up?
podcast like, where your ass at? Like, I need the updates. I have questions. Where are you at? Where's you at?
Please follow up.
Call me back.
Y'all have yourselves a great week.
Bye.
Bye.